The Hudson Institute Political Studies Fellowship offers gifted undergraduates an unparalleled opportunity to study political theory and political leadership with prominent people from public life, world-class professors, and policy analysts that work daily on the problems of domestic and foreign policy.
I think most exceptionally, you're going to find yourself in a place where ideas are challenged all the time and from every angle, and you're going to find yourself confronted with ideas that you might have never been confronted with before.
Well, it brings together a very diverse group of people. It's not just politics majors or government majors, but it's also people like me who do STEM and people who focus on just philosophy.
If you have a knack for either the practical element of politics, the theoretical elements of politics, or even better, both of them, this is the place to be. The Hudson Institute's fellowship has allowed me to really understand some of the core foundations of why practice is occurring the way it is, ensuring that when it comes to actually understanding how the Senate may work, how foreign policy works, how national security is practiced, I now know things I'm fighting for.
Our program has 4 major component parts. The first is a series of seminars for 3 hours every weekday that focus on political philosophy, American political thought, history, statesmanship, as well as literature and books of wisdom. We have a series of distinguished speakers. Students are introduced to leaders from both political parties, from journalism, the military, the private sector, and from academia. Finally, we have a series of events meant to complement our course of study. Foremost among these is our staff ride to Gettysburg Battlefield, where students are asked to engage in American history and the decision-making process in times of war.
When you're reading these books in the nation's capital and you see how consequential the ideas are, you're also forced to see that they're not just consequential ideas, they are elements that are living and breathing and shaping the nation in which we live.
A great book is a book that teaches relentlessly and endlessly all different kinds of people in the truth. Since politics today especially, but probably always, relies on lies, it's very important that the truth gets some time.
In these circumstances, it's all the more important that we have programs such as the Hudson Institute Political Studies Fellowship, which brings together students from across the country of different backgrounds, different cultural outlooks, different political and ideological persuasions, to study fundamental questions together, timeless questions. Also to study timely questions.
I think to be a well-rounded citizen of the Republic, to be a well-rounded citizen of the world, you don't just have to go into policymaking to be part of the political studies program, but you can learn what civic duty really means. You can learn more about this country's past and therefore understand its present better and have thoughts about the future that are more informed than they otherwise would be.
The Hudson Political Studies program is training in classical political thought, in the American founding, and in later American thinkers, particularly Abraham Lincoln, Alexis de Tocqueville's Democracy in America, help me every day as a lawyer, and especially in law school, understand what the Constitution truly means.
Before I came to the program, I really enjoyed studying political theory, but I somehow lacking the understanding of how they could have tangible effects, especially in international relations. And so going through particularly the policy workshops, they turned out to be extremely instrumental in my education at Hudson over the 6 weeks and inspired me to get involved directly in international relations.
This isn't a program for conservatives or liberals, it's a program for Americans. If you care about this country, if you care about the truth, if you care about philosophy, and you want to see how philosophic ideas interact with the immediate political circumstances we find ourselves in, Hudson is a great program for you.
The goal of Hudson Institute Political Studies is not to offer answers to a set of questions. Instead, it is to introduce students to a serious way of life and to show them that our republic demands serious leadership and civic engagement.